Hey guys, Dr. Ben here at Functional Medicine Centers. So good to see you today, and I want to talk to you about blood work and why you still don't feel good. And so many patients come in and they've heard, oh, your blood work's fine. Oh, just maybe eat better, lose weight. Or it's not that bad, let's wait until it gets worse. So welcome, so excited to have you on board today. Going to talk to you specifically about blood work, what we look for in blood work, and what we're going to be able to do to change the outcome of what's going on in your blood, and ultimately then change your symptoms. Because I always say it's not about the symptoms, it's about the systems. So we treat and work on the systems that are out of balance, not the symptoms. And that's the problem with looking at blood work in the traditional medical model, is that they're just looking for how does this affect the symptoms and can we change any one thing there. So again, welcome, thanks for jumping on. Go ahead and pop down below where you guys are watching from. Love to see it all over the country, all over the world. We've got people watching from Australia, from the United Kingdom, from Philippines, all over the place. So great having you on, and pop down below where you're watching from. If you haven't already, like or follow this page, and we get videos up all the time, lots of good information. And then share this information. Anybody you know that's dealing with health issues, that have been getting the run around, going here, going there, trying all these different things, you've got to get to the underlying why, and that is what we get to in this functional medicine approach. So let's jump into it. All right, so blood work is not as simple as just looking at the lab and going, hey, it says high or it says low. So some of you get out, if you have your blood work available, get it out, look at that, and look at what the lab says. It'll say reference range, it'll say lab range. There's different things that different labs say, but that is going to be the bell curve. So if any of you have taken statistics, taken any lab, any evaluation for statistics or analysis, anything like that, there's something called the bell curve. So it's kind of got this peak in the middle and then it tapers out on the sides. And that bell curve is going to have to do with the average person. But that average person is not healthy, right? Give me a thumbs up if you know that, if you've been to the grocery store, if you've seen the average people in this country, unfortunately, are not healthy. We're looking at 50% of the population is going to be obese by 2025. We're looking at insulin resistance. 80% of the population is insulin resistant. Hello there from the Philippines, good to see you. So we know that not everybody is healthy, and especially not 90% of the population. So what do we need to look at? We need to look at the narrowed range, this true health range that I look at. Specifically, I've been looking at blood work for over 20 years. I've got a very good idea of what I expect people to be in. So if somebody's liver enzymes are a little bit high or a little bit low, compared to where the lab says, okay, we're gonna pick that up. And that's the great part about looking at blood work from this range. So when we start looking at blood work, we want it into that optimal range. And this is why a lot of times you have heard, oh, you know what, eat better, lose weight, or something along those lines, and you'll be fine. Well, you're not gonna be fine just by doing that. You've got to know which systems are out of balance and what you need to do to make those changes. That's what we look at every day. So when we look at blood work, there's some really specific things that you need to look at, and not just your regular CBC, your CMP panel, some of these different things. You need to get in depth. And one of the unique things that we do is we look in a non-fasting state. Many people will look at fasting. We're looking at non-fasting. So what does that mean? Well, maybe you're fasting a little bit throughout the day, intermittent fasting, doing some different things, but most people are not fasting all day, and so they're going to miss a lot of these different things. Their insulin might be in the okay range if they've been fasting. Some of their blood sugar, some of their cholesterol, some of these different things might be okay if they've been fasting, but for us, when we go non-fasting, we get to see all types of different things that are real world, because you're out there, you're living life, you're feeling good, you're doing what you're doing, you're eating, you're walking, working out, all these things, and you are going to get your blood into the normal routine for you. So we're able to catch insulin issues, we're able to catch triglycerides, liver issues, all types of things that most people miss if they're doing a fasting blood work. So next time you go get your blood drawn, get it non-fasting, unless obviously you're looking for something very particular for it. But otherwise, if you're doing a routine panel, it's better to get it non-fasting than fasting. So from there, we start looking into different categories, and we look at hormones and look for specific things, adrenal hormones, male and female hormones. Many women come in and their testosterone is almost non-existent. It's less than 2.5, and they don't have muscle tone, and they don't have sex drive, and they don't have motivation, and there's all these issues going on through there. Then we get into the adrenal hormones, and sometimes people are in adrenal overload. They're in this constant fight or flight. Sometimes they're in an adrenal crash and their cortisol is crashing down. So you've got to see where those are out of balance. We look at the autoimmune markers. We run rheumatoid factor and ANA, that tells us about rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. We run that on everybody. We see probably 25% of our patients come in and they've got one of these autoimmune markers, if not both. And a lot of them don't even realize it. When my mom got diagnosed with MS, she had to go down that path of healing. She had to go down into a wheelchair, all those things. She was able to reverse it, repair, heal from MS, doesn't have MS anymore, going to be 78 next month. And yet, I would have much rather got a hold of her five years before getting diagnosed with MS. And so that's what we look at, is we've got to be able to fix these things and catch them early enough to be able to then prevent it from becoming a bigger thing. So two things when we look at blood work, we're going to figure out the now. Why are you experiencing like you're experiencing? Just had a 21-year-old in Kearney. She's throwing up every day for like the last 3 or 4 months. We're going to be able to fix that, but then also prevent things coming down the pike. So for many of you, you know something's not right. You know that the body's inflamed, that the gut's not right, that the thyroid's not right. Something is not right. And so you've got to come up with those solutions, and that's where looking at the blood work really comes into play. Then looking at the thyroid, you've got to look at that full thyroid panel. You've got to look at Hashimoto's markers, those autoimmune markers, all the T3, all the T4, everything through there to get a really good feel. I do video about once a month on it, and I say it's probably not your thyroid, because so many people come in and go, it's my thyroid, it's my thyroid, it's my thyroid, but that is not what's going on. So we've got to figure out, is it the thyroid, is it not the thyroid? We dig deep into blood sugar, we dig deep into, does somebody have fatty liver? All of these different things, and you've got to be able to take a step back and figure out where those underlying imbalances are. There's so much that you can learn from your blood work that you've missed out if you've just done routine panels and no one has sat down with you in depth, step by step through that process. This is a ground floor, absolutely necessary piece to get to those underlying whys. And so that is the whole point of what we do. The functional medicine approach is to get to that underlying why, get to that point of truly understanding what is going on, why somebody is experiencing life like they are, and you have that ability to feel good, feel better if you take those steps to diagnose it, figure it out, fix those systems, and then move through the process. So don't ever let somebody tell you, oh, your blood work is fine, eat better, lose weight, or just, don't stress so much or whatever, or it's all in your head. Don't buy into that. Make sure that you dig deep, keep looking, keep searching, and there is truth in your blood that we can see. So great to have you guys on the call. Thanks for the share there, Carla. Great to have you guys on the video today. Keep up the good work. We know, hey Vicki, good to see you. We know so many people that their lives have been changed because of getting to the underlying cause, getting to that blood work evaluation, to the place that they need to understand what is going on. And we can take you there if you need that help. But make sure you're getting your blood drawn, make sure you're getting a good test done, and really getting that information. So great to see everybody today. Stay strong out there. If you've got any questions, any blood work questions, should you get this test done, should you get that one done, pop those down below and we'll answer anything we can. Make it a great day, guys.